Look. Welcome to episode 175 on the Man Lucrative podcast. So look, I'm going to try something different. I want to get y'all feedback. So everybody that's watching this on playback, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching this on Facebook, you're watching this on Instagram, you're watching this on TikTok, what up? So I'm trying to up the ante in 2025, right? I'm changing up my intros. I got some new stuff going on. Nerdy, what up, big dog? What up? Yo, I miss y'all, dog. I miss y'all. I ain't been going live. Y'all know I've been having to be a little bit more greedy with my personal time because I'm changing up. If y'all watching us on YouTube, y'all hear all the clean audio. We got new software over here. Yes, we do. We got the Lucrative Love podcast. I know that's Kay. What up, girl? So look, it's somebody from our community that sent something in, right? And I want y'all to hear this. I want to know what y'all think about this. I might use this as the intro for the pod. I don't know. This is 2025 what I'm working on. So after I play this, and I'm going to intro the actual podcast. So everybody on YouTube, what up? Miss Janice, hey lady. Unapologetically gay, what up? Mitch the guy, what up, big dog? All right, so check it out. Let me know what y'all think. I'm seriously considering using this as my intro for 2025. So y'all let me know. All right, here we go. What up? Yeah. Big Trey, what up? Hey.
What's a dream when it falls to the wayside? If I believe it, then that's all that I need. I made mistakes, but I'm on my way. You can challenge my faith, but I'm gonna be great, I know. I'm talking about iconic living, but fuck the fame. I need a couple M's when I'm finished. I look up and see the stars in the ceiling, but what's a ghost if I ain't able to go while I'm in it?
This life is like a movie shot in 35 millimeter. Cinematic lifestyle, the streets is a movie theater. Smashing on the E-way, blazing in a two-seater. Texas lifestyle, come and take it. I got 2 heaters, main row with no awards type shit. No ceilings, black budget on a yacht type shit. Ruth Chris, prime rib, and your girl nip slip. I need strive for that life on they self. Don't gotta.
He gonna have to clean it up a little bit though.
Be all money in. It's just me, myself, and I in this world of sin. I'm just grinding through my passion so my family get a couple M's. Camera lens. Can you see yourself clearly? You push your bins. But are you the one staring? Mama always taught me to be God-fearing. Mistakes once or twice, best believe I'm not repeating. Praying every night, bad energy I'm clearing. I'm Babe Ruth with this rap shit. Hard to see through the fake and all this plastic. 5 moves ahead and all the leaps you take Jurassic. Blood, sweat, and tears, everything we make is classic. Avoiding common traps, cause this game about longevity. VV's in the rough, and I fucks with it heavily. Guided by the stars, so divine steps heavenly. Icon in the making, like Motown in the 70s.
What's a dream when it falls to the wayside?
Yo, y'all let me know what y'all think. So after I do that, then it'll be like, welcome to the Man Look at the podcast, and all that stuff. So I got some fire signs. Case hit the fire sign. Reggie, what up? You sent I just see a Reggie. You're gonna have to go to the stock yellow hand because you got the black hand going on. I can't see the black hand. You fading into the Instagram joint. One bankroll, what up? Boxing coach, what up? Sharon, what's going on? Angie, what up? And everybody, what up? So welcome to the episode. This is 175 of the Man Lucrative podcast. This episode is brought to you by Safe Tire Auto in Tucker, Georgia. If you need some tires, you need an oil change, you need a rotation, you need a tune-up, you need any of that stuff, go over to Safe Tire Auto. Tell them Mike sent you from the Man Lucrative podcast, all right? Let me shout a few people out right quick. I already said what's up to Reggie, what up? Big Goliath, what up? Unapologetically K, what up? One Bankroll Cash, what up? I said what's up to Angie. I said what's up to Sharon. I said what's up to Aaron and Sharon. What up, Aaron, Sharon? What up? What up? Y'all rhyming. So I told y'all we're trying to update the podcast. I got new equipment and all this stuff going on. So it's going to be some changes. If y'all were missing me going live Thursday, my apologies. I'm changing this too. This is what I want to let y'all know. The pod is actually going to be shot on Saturdays, right? The live. So if any producers just want to come to the chat, you want to chop it up, you got questions about production, you got questions about studio time, any of this stuff, come on Saturdays. If you watch this on YouTube, come on Saturdays. When you watch this on Thursday, we already done did it. It's already a week ahead. So, or a week behind. Y'all are a week behind. The live is a week right now. So, anyway. So, I did not have time to do a recap, yo. And, oh yeah. Also, we will be doing the Lucrative Love on Tuesdays. But I had some technical difficulties this week. I did have some technical difficulties, but we're changing something up too. So do me a favor. If you are watching this and you're watching the Mad Lucrative podcast, make sure you send me a message. That's what we're going to do. Send me a message about looking at the Lucrative Love. If you want to be a guest on Lucrative Love, you want any of this stuff, right? Send me a message about that because we got 2 different channels that we're working on. So I just want to be organized. I got to be more organized. All right. So anyway, what up? So where can I start? I have not talked to y'all in a minute. I feel like the peasant dad. I feel like I ain't been doing the right thing. But anyway, Thanksgiving. Let's start there. Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody's Thanksgiving was good. Mine was decent. So I had a few epiphanies this Thanksgiving. I ain't gonna lie. I had a few epiphanies this Thanksgiving. I realized I was the older cousin. I'm turning into a cousin uncle right now. I am literally turning into a cousin uncle right now. If you don't know what a cousin uncle is, it's like the guy that's like, he's still cool, right? He gonna wear all that fire. What up, MJ? Thank you, girl. Thank you. But he's still gonna be wearing that fire. He's still gonna be able to have that talk. He still got to pull all that stuff. But the grays is starting to come through. The grays is coming through. So you turn into a cousin uncle. So I sat down and my cousin uncle, Walter, what's up? Shouts out to Walter. I've been calling him a cousin uncle for the longest. But anyway, we went to his house, sat down, and cousin Uncle Walter, y'all can take this too if y'all want to. Cousin Uncle, that's the name. But cousin Uncle Walter had the food laid out. He had the meats and all this pause, but he had the turkey and all of the fixings and all this stuff, right? And I'm just sitting down like, yo, okay, I ain't have to cook nothing. I feel good. I'm about to eat. Something smell good. We all at. Shouts out to cousin Sarah. What up? So we're all sitting around the table. We're having different conversations about just family and things that we would like to do for 2025 and family get-togethers. I am a big advocate of trying to do more things to pull the family together. I tries. Him don't be doing right all the time, but him be trying. So we sitting down. I said, yeah, it'd be nice if we could just plan like, I want the fellas trip. And the fellas might go to Brazil. I said, but the fellas, all the fellas, we could go to Brazil or something like that. Maybe the women, they could go to Jamaica or something like that. And then we do a family trip, go to the mountains. And although I don't do mountains, because I still do believe in bears. I'm black. I'm a black man going to the mountains. So I believe in bears. But anyway, if the family goes to the mountain, then maybe we can all enjoy this cabin and it's just a vibe. And then I said, I want to do one other trip like couples and just, we get our romance on and all that kind of stuff. So everybody was like, yo, that's a dope idea. Like, I think we should do it. By the time we start wrapping up this conversation, cousin Uncle Walter comes to the table and say, hey, I got them lamb chops over there. I was like, what? Okay. Lamb chops. He said, I got them lamb chops over there, boy. You need to go ahead and get them lamb chops. So I said, when is the last time I had a lamb chop? I remember what a lamb looks like, but I don't remember having one on the plate. So he had them joints laid up. The legs was like this. Y'all know how the chefs be laying the legs up. Pause. But how the chefs lay the legs up and then it's like a little dipping sauce in the middle. He did all of that. So I got the lamb chop, put it on the plate. I said, boy, this look good right here. This look good. He said, what you need to do is get some of that mint jelly. I said, mint jelly? I ain't never had. What is a mint jelly? He said, boy, get the mint jelly. Put the mint jelly on the lamb chops, and then it's just a different. I'm telling you, it's gonna hit. So Sarah looking at me like, you need to try the mint jelly. I look at my wife, like, go ahead and try the mint jelly. Try it if you want to. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try the mint jelly. I'm gonna try it. First off, have y'all ever tried mint jelly? It sounds terrible. It sounds like something that you do not want to eat, but it was all right with the lamb chops. It was all right. So I bite into it. I had to taste it, and I looked around for a little bit first. I was like, I don't know. So Sarah said, you got to put some more on it. So she tries to give me the spoon. Here, put some more on it. I said, all right. I'm going to put a little bit more on there. So I put the little mint jelly on the lamb chop. I said, you know what? Cousin Uncle know what he doing. Cousin Uncle know what he doing. You know what he doing. So after that, it was like the traditional Thanksgiving meal. No chitlins, though. No chitlins. And if y'all are still out here cooking chitlins, you still cooking chitlins in 2024, you need to stop it. It's done. No more chitlins for 2024. We can't do that. We are progressive black people. Have some dignity about yourself. Please. Carla, I know y'all had some chitlins. Did y'all have some chitlins? Y'all had chitlins at y'all house? I know you did. I know y'all did. Lester, what up? What up? But either way, like I said, my Thanksgiving was cool. I just wanted to do a quick wrap up. Shouts out to my little cousin, Patrick. He just graduated. Shouts out to you. And again, I'm turning into cousin uncle. Like, our house is going to be the house where, like, yo, we're going to go over to cousin uncle house. I know he going to cook on the grill. Like, I'm becoming that. So embrace it. Fellas, it's okay. You're not going to be young, old him forever. You're not going to be young him forever. You're going to turn into old him at some point. Graduation. But anyway, I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. It's a lot of music business stuff that's going on, and I'm grateful. Oh, yeah, all 20,000 of y'all on YouTube. What's up? What up, baby? Them numbers looking low, though. I need y'all to jump this joint up. I need y'all to hit the like. I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to do all this stuff for the algorithm. Boost that baby up, because we want to go from 20,000 to 100,000, then 100,000, 500,000, then from 500,000 to 1 million. We got to get there. So make sure y'all please share the live, share the feed. If you're watching this on playback, please share the episode. I want to start attacking the whole situation with Drake filing a lawsuit, because we have not talked about that. And I also want to talk about the chairman of Sony, because he's got some different takes on hip hop. A lot of the things that the guy from Sony is talking about is a lot of stuff that I've been talking about too. What I've been talking about before I play the clip, what I've been talking about is there is a new economy that's coming up as it relates to musicians. How are you going to make your money? How are you going to monetize? How are you going to build shows? How are you going to sell merch? It's a lot of different moving parts that's happening right now. And a lot of it, if you are able to, I'm going to say take 10 minutes a day, 10 to 30 minutes a day. Sit down with the AI software. Sit down with anything that's going to make it possible for you to automate what you're doing. Not the creative. I want you to still be creative. So I think what's happening right now, AI is getting the outsiders that don't really know that AI should be used as a tool. Those people are trying to put a stigma on AI, and they say, well, yo, if you use AI, then you ain't gonna be creating no music, and they gonna produce all the music for you. And yeah, that is a part of it that will exist for the people that want to be lazy. But the other part that will exist will be the people that are super creative and that know how to create businesses and that know how to create dope products. And guess what? AI still can't cook food. Now, the robot might be able to at some point. But even with that, they have to have ingredients. They have to know how something tastes. And that's what I want. I want all creatives to start understanding. Yo, although AI is here, although I want everything to be automated as much as possible, you still got to make that joint taste good. It's just like cooking a pie or cooking some greens or whatever. If you out there, you cooking a sweet potato pie, you better not put 1 tablespoon of sugar in there. They go, you put 1 tablespoon in your sweet potato pie if you want to and serve it up. Everybody gonna be like this. What is this boy doing? This boy, is he serious? Hey, did you put any sugar in this sweet potato pie? So that's what I want y'all to think about, using AI for your creative space. Like, make sure that it can help you monetize and automate certain things. But anyway, look at this clip and we're going to talk about it. This is the chairperson of Sony talking about the future of hip hop. He's talking about the future of hip hop, and I can't say I disagree with him. I just want y'all to just listen to it. I find it very, I ain't going to say strange, but it's something. It's something. All right, here we go. And I gotta time this better because my joint be delayed. Ugh, yuck. Ew. All right, here you go. No, that's LL.
I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people.
That's not the one I want to. How did my chairperson get mixed up with LL? Anyway, we'll come back to that because I can't see my chairperson. So, and we'll go to LL. We'll go to LL because I did want to talk about him too. So, and then while I talk about LL, then we'll go to the chairperson from Sony. So y'all look at this. Everybody else on TikTok, I wish if y'all do want to see the full live feed, go to YouTube. It's the Mad Lucrative Network. Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. All right. We should be good now. We'll go to LL because I think this kind of ties into. It's all the same. Probably. What up, Mikey? What up? What up? What up?
I'm gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are gonna say that. They're gonna say, yo, they're gonna look and they're gonna say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. They're gonna say when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love shit. When it comes to the bad boy vibe, they're going to realize, oh, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before it was done. When it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're going to say, yo, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're going to say when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam. They're going to say, well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it comes to the solo artist, going to say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world. Like, I mean, I could go on and on and on. They're going to say, yo, when it comes to the FUBU, yo, this guy introduced the whole idea of putting clothing lines. Even before that, he did Troop.
He ain't lying.
When they say, oh, when it comes to endorsements, oh, this is the guy who did the Kango and made the Kango popular before people even did that. When they talk about television, they're going to say, oh, this is the guy who did the credible stuff on TV and at the same time was still making credible records and wasn't just doing TV and using rap as a launch pad. When it comes to business, they're going to say, why? Like, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's why in a lot of ways, it's hard for me to get into the movie thing. Honestly, sincerely, and I mean this sincerely. And it's like, that's why it's not really that interesting for me because I'm doing so much and I've done so much for the culture that it's almost like it's unfathomable. I mean, Run DMC wasn't even on Def Jam, bro.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Biggie made Going Back to Cali because, you know, I made the song first.
Yeah.
You know? Like these guys, like every artist that you can name, the biggest artists, the billionaire artists were launched on the label that I launched.
Yeah, and even
no, but seriously, like I mean, these names, like the biggest names in hip hop that come from the '90s, and I'm saying this with love. I'm not trying to be funny style. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I really, sincerely. I'm just saying, when you look at you take guys like Jay, these guys were launched off of Def Jam. That's the label I birthed. You talk about these guys like Kanye and all the things he's done. They were launched on a label that I birthed.
Talk your
like,
ish.
You can't so it's like when I look at it really when I look at the epicenter of what it really is, come on, bro.
Hey, man. I'm going to say this. Shouts out to Big Ellie. Yo, are we still calling LL Big Ellie? I want to call it. I'm cool with it. I'm secure in my manhood calling Big. I'm secure in my manhood calling LL Cool J Big Ellie. But this is my thing. This is my thing. And everything that LL was saying is, spot on. Spot on. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Salt Bay. All that stuff, right? This is my thing, though. And this is what I'm hoping that does not happen in the near future. But I foresee it coming. Everything that he was saying as he was listing off how he made the Kango hot and how he labeled himself the GOAT, and he was the first person that said GOAT, and all of the first. My first response to all of that was this: how much do you own of all of those companies that you made hot? How much of all of those things that you made hot, do you own any of the company? When it comes to the Adidas, do you own any of that? I know he owned some of Def Jam. I remember him talking about the piece of Def Jam that he owned. Then he had to sell it because he got upside down with some bread and all that stuff. But he wasn't mad at it. It wasn't from a malice. He didn't talk about it from a malice standpoint, but he had to sell part of his ownership of Def Jam because they did give him some ownership. So all of this other stuff, even for him saying that he named himself the GOAT. He was the first person that said, GOAT this, I'm the greatest rapper of all times. Even with all of that, what happened to the idea of owning the trademark, or owning the phrase, or owning any of this stuff? I think what's happened over time is all of us creative people, I don't want to say just black, but there's a lot of black folk. But a lot of us creative people have freely given all of these outside people ownership of the things that we create. And we do it, it happens so slick, y'all. It happens so slick. Even when it comes to how moving forward with all of the social media platforms, even when it comes to that, I told y'all this was going to happen, but we're going to have to sign over the rights for all of these social media platforms to own the IP for the things that we post on the social media platform. We're literally signing over all of the IP for the things that we create and we post on the social media platforms. That's the same thing that's happening with X. When you look at the Meta, you look at the new Meta, what is it called? Agreement. You look at all of this stuff. We are signing off on these platforms being able to own and use the IP for the things that we create. I'm going to tell you why that's an issue. Because most people will say, well, Nito, you just talking over my head, dog. It don't mean nothing. You just saying, we got the post. We got to use social. We got to be on Instagram. Facts. You do have to be on it to a certain extent. But what's happening is this. And I like to use worst case scenarios. Feed the birds. What up? I just saw you, dog. What up? Tammy, what's up? But what I'm finding is this is what's going to happen. We're going to post these things on the social media platforms, whether it's X, TikTok, Threads, all of it. All of them are doing the same thing. We're going to post this stuff on those social media platforms. It's going to be different people that's doing data mining, and they're going to be doing content mining. Data mining and content mining. I'm introducing y'all to something new. I promise you, it's coming. I don't even know if that is a word just yet. Content mining. I might have to trademark that. But anyway, we're getting to the space where all of these social media platforms are going to go into data mining and content mining. What that means is this. They're going to be looking at all of the content creators. They're going to say, all right, this is top 5 in this category. This is top 5 in this category. This is top 5 in this category. All right, when we have a relationship with somebody like Netflix, or we have a relationship with somebody like Universal, or we have a relationship with somebody like Sony, what we can do is say, well, look, we've been content mining and we'll just use, you see what they did on this page right here? This is a really dope content creator. The engagement is crazy. I think y'all should develop a whole TV series around the thing that they just posted. So now, since we signed off on the IP, they can do it. You can't sue them. You agreed to the terms. And this is something that we keep doing over and over. It's like a habitual looker the other wayer. Like, it's like we're aiming to be naive for no reason. Like, you want to be naive? Same thing with me, right? I've been telling people to follow me for years now. I've been doing podcasting for almost 4 years now. Almost 4 years. I've been telling people, yo, tap in with me. Tap in with me. I'm trying to help the producers. I want to help the content creators. I want to help the singers. I'm trying to be help me, Mr. Help Me. I'm the Martin Luther King. I'm the Martin Luther King for producers, singers, and songwriters. Trying to get you liberated. And I've been telling everybody, look, you got to look at it in a different way. Look at it in a different way. Don't look at these social media platforms to feed you. You got to look at the social media platform as a tool. So let's go back to what I first said. We already signed off on all of the platforms using the IP, intellectual property, if you didn't know what that meant. We've already signed off on Meta, TikTok, Twitch, even the deals. And we haven't even got to the deals just yet today, because I'm gonna group that deal with the Drake deal, because I want to talk about Casanat. I want to talk about Drewski. I want to talk about all of these people that we know as big streamers. And if you look at the numbers and you look at how much money that they're actually collecting, some don't add up. Some don't add up, because this is the thing. Everybody knows we're getting into a subscription economy. I think Isaac Hayes Jr. said something about that. Shouts out to Isaac Hayes Jr. But we're getting into a subscription-based economy. What I want all of us producers, all of the artists releasing music, all of the singers, even songwriters, even people that have bakeries. I don't care what you got. If you have a product or a service, hear me. Please hear me. This is what I want us to look at. You have to look at a continuity program, i.e. subscription-based program, for sustainability over time. The easier you make it for somebody to find you, and the easier you make it for them to pay you for something, and you have a routine schedule going on, the better off your business will be over time. Right? So now I would like to look at this. Let me look at Casanat. I think Casanat, let me look at him. Let's see. And this is stuff that I'm going to be doing more of this moving into 2025, because I think I got a lot more people that's getting value from this type of content. And I love doing this. But let's look at this. All right. If Casanat's income for 2023, because 2024 would not be out here yet. So he made $4.7 million in 2023. $4.7 million. Right now he's doubling up so far with 728. All right. 728,000 subs. All right. Let's see how much subscription. And this is what I want everybody to look at. If somebody's making 4.7 million, and I wish I could have like a whiteboard on the screen so y'all can kind of follow the numbers like I follow it. So let's see, subscription price, Casanat subscription price, $4.99 a month. All right, $4.99 a month is what he's charging people to subscribe to him on Twitch. $4.99 a month. Let's do some numbers. Let's do some math. And this is what I want everybody to think about when it comes to the streamers and the podcasters and all of the people that's projected in front of us, that's the successful people. I want y'all to think about it like this. They're not getting all that money. They're in bed with somebody. Let's see, times 4, 28,000. So based off of the numbers, I almost want to slap somebody. I just want to slap somebody so hard. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Right now, Casanat's, and that's his bottom tier. His bottom tier is $4.99 a month. Then he has a $9.99 a month. Then he has a $24.99 a month. Right? Based off of 728,000 people that subscribe to him every month. Can y'all guess how much money he should be making just off of the $4.99? We're not adding the $9.99. We're not adding the $24.99. Just $4.99. He should be making, what is this? $3.6 million a month. $3.6 million a month is what he should be making off of his content based off of the subscriptions. Why did that boy only make $4.7 million for the whole year? You see what I'm saying? Why did he make, how is this possible? If he only made $4.7 million for the whole year, but he's bringing in netting $3.6 million a month. Where's the rest of the money going? Where is the rest of the money going? And this is the thing. I'm all for partnerships. I'm all for getting in bed with the proper, I'm not getting in bed. I'm all for having good relationships with the companies that's going to project the brand. I'm all for that. If you got something that you bring to the Mad Lucrative Network and it's of value and we both make some money off of it, I'm all for it. My issue comes in when somebody comes and says, oh, you can bring this many people over here every month, 700,000 people a month, and they all paying $4.99 a month. Yo, we can make money off of them. So now let's look at it like this. If he's bringing in $3.6 million a month, just do it times 12. And this is only off of the $4.99 model. That boy is bringing in, I got to carry the zero. That boy is bringing in $46 million. 46, let me do the exact number. $43,592,644 a month. A year. That's what he bringing a year. So why this boy only getting $4.7 million? And this is going to start filtering me into the conversation when it comes to Drake. Same premise. Again, I'm all for partnering with the companies that can build the brand. If you got the platform already built and I could bring some more people and us plus us together makes all of this stuff work, I'm all for that. That's Gucci. I'm Gucci. But you're not going to pay me $4.7 million for the year and I'm bringing you $3 million a month. No. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? And see, this is when I start to have the conversations saying what's happening with content creation, what's happening with streaming and Netflix, Amazon, and all these companies. This is when I start having the conversation where I say that's predatory. That resembles the same label deals that the labels was handing out. No, you what we doing? This is a partnership. You own this and I own this. And what we gonna do, we just partnering. You own I'm giving you a label deal. And everybody in the hood was running around saying, oh, I got a label deal. Oh, look at me, look at me. We got it. Oh, look at her. Everybody in the hood was saying, yo, we got a label deal. These folk played you. That wasn't no label deal. How is it a label deal if you can't control what happens with your music on the back end? How is it a label deal if you can't control what happens to your music on the back end, Drake? Or you can't control what happens to your content on the back end, Casanat? Or Kevin Hart? I love Kevin. All of these people I love. I just want us to broaden the view. I'm all for taking L's on the front head. Like, if you got to take the L's to get in the building and learn how they do things, okay. Long as we have a plan here. If you taking the L to get in the building so you can learn how they doing it, right? Fine. But if you taking the L and you don't have no other option, you just gonna ask for more money. What? Where they do that at? Tammy says, what other solution does he have? This is the thing. When it comes to Casanat, when it comes to Drake, when it comes to Rihanna, when it comes to Beyonce, when it comes to Taylor Swift, all of these big brands, unfortunately, the only option that they have is to take a little small L, take a drop off. Stop taking the money from the companies. Stop doing the deals with the people, because you already got somewhat of a fan base. But what happens is a lot of the artists and a lot of the bigger content creators get strung out on the fame. They get strung out on the views. They get strung out on the money that the company is low-key handing them third party. Because if look at it like this. And this is where I want musicians to start wising up, content creators to start wising up before they do any type of deal. If you got the ability to turn this camera on, right? You turn this camera on and you can pull 1,000 people to your live at one time. If you got the ability to do that without any of these companies, I want to challenge y'all to develop better products. Develop more ways for people to support what you got going on. That might be live shows. That might be merch. That might be one-on-ones. That might be a telegram for the people that's in jail. That might be, it's the options are limitless. But what happens is we all get stuck on the check. You get hot online, right? You get hot to the point where you got a bigger company and say, look, I want to sign you. I want to give you a deal. Because the only thing that's happening with Casanata is the same thing that was happening with Memphis. Well, I ain't going to say Memphis Bleak because he ain't really do it like that. But same thing that was happening with Big Sean. Same thing that was happening with every regional artist that started to get hot when that region was when that region was dropping. Like Chameleonaire when Texas was hot. Chameleonaire, Slim Thug, all the people, but them Texas boys, all of them smart. They had to get it out the mud. When it came to Atlanta and Atlanta started having its burn, now we had companies like QC that was developing and starting to do right. I feel like that was part of the turn. But the other side of that is educating all of the artists that you sign. Because this is my thing, and this is where I think I differ, and maybe I should do a label at some point, like a label or a management company or something like that at some point. Maybe I should. But I think what happens is with the labels, they'll sign the artists. They'll give them all of this stuff. They'll give them Burberry, that's old. Balenciaga. They'll give them the Balenciaga. They'll give them the Cuban links. They'll give them the presidential rollie. They'll go get them they'll rent them a Lamborghini. They'll rent them a nice little condo downtown Atlanta. They'll do all of this stuff for the artist, right? Instead of teaching them all the things that they need to survive after the music is hot. I think that's my sweet spot. What happens? Why y'all not teaching these artists what to do as far as investments? Why y'all not teaching these artists, yo, go buy you a little piece of land right quick. Go, as soon as you get that first check, your first publishing check, take $10,000, take $20,000 of that money, go buy you a piece of land out there in the country. Just sit on it. Or go buy you a little trap house. Sit on it. Labels are not here to benefit artists. So I just want more of the educational piece to be more present. Because what happens is, and we all see it, it's a reoccurring theme. And unfortunately, Drake has jumped into the same bandwagon. Drake has literally jumped into the same bandwagon. Yo, it's just on a bigger level. It's on a bigger scale. So what happens is we don't view it as the same as I'm trying to think of somebody who was hot, but they not hot no more. It's a lot of artists. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say no names. Y'all know when the artist gets hot, they get signed. After the label signs them, they put all the money into the visions and the images, and they get all of the dope clothes. They get them all these endorsements. They get all this stuff, right? It's turning the artists out and making them want to work harder to maintain that lifestyle. Instead of, I think Top Dog is one of the ones that like, they ain't gonna put nothing. They just like, yo, it's the art, it's the art, it's the art, it's the art. I like how they do things. And it's relevant. Look at Kendrick, look at SZA, look at the offsprings of all of the people from these different labels. And then I think it'll start adding up for y'all. Again, you look at Top Dog. Look at Top Dog. Look at Kendrick. You look at I don't know what happened with that. My bad, y'all. Can y'all still hear me? Give me a second. Give me a second. That is what it is. Let me know if you can hear me. We good. We good. We good. All right, and I'm not gonna keep going because I don't wanna. I don't wanna not have my clips. So y'all gotta let me know if y'all can hear me or not. But anyway, all right. I see a microphone. I see a microphone. So I think we good. Good. All right, we good. 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 Gucci. So if you look at the Offspring, I've said this like 5 times now. But you look at the Offspring for all of the different labels. You look at Kendrick from Top Dog. You look at SZA. You look at J-Rock. You look at all these other Schoolboy Q. Look at all of them. They're doing decent. Why? Why are they doing decent? Why they ain't crash out? Now, you look at No Limit. Let's go No Limit. Let's go No Limit. You look at No Limit, you might see what's the girl name? Sister something. That's beyond my time. Let's not go. No, you go No Limit. You can look at no, not going No Limit. No, I'm not doing that. Let's go to Cash Money. Let's go to Cash Money. How is Cash Money's label doing? Like after the people, and I'm talking about the people after they have had success, after they have done, they did the big thing. They already did it. You look at Wayne, and I'm gonna leave that there. You look at Wayne, I'm gonna leave it there. Right? I think these are all products of the CEO taking all of these bags and not investing in the proper things. They live it up and they do as much stuff as possible to maintain the image, but nobody gets substance. I'm a substance guy. I'm a big substance guy. What are you doing with what you get? How are you managing your stuff? Right? Look at Drake. We look at Wayne, we look at Drake, we look at Nicki. I think these are all great options. I think Wayne has done a decent job staying relevant. I think he's done a decent job staying relevant. But what happens if Wayne stops touring? What happens if Wayne just fades to black and don't be in the limelight no more? Do y'all think he has enough, a substantial amount of savings, investments, and all this stuff to maintain the same lifestyle he got right now, all the way through retirement, all the way to 85 years old, all the way 95 years old, and pass on and give the rest to the kids? Do y'all think that he has all of this stuff already set up? I'm going to say maybe. Let's fast forward to Nicki. Nicki has done a good job, again, staying relevant. I think a lot of the things that Cash Money has done is it makes people have to continue to do the work over and over to maintain a certain type of lifestyle. i.e. how Drake is, even though Drake ain't come to Cash Money broke. Think about that. Drake ain't come to Cash Money broke. He came in, he got the J Prince stamp of approval. He got the Baby stamp of approval. He got Lucian's stamp of approval. All of these people say, hey, we gonna keep putting some money behind that boy. And they made him the guy that he is today. My question is this: what happens if that boy stops? What happens? What happens if, do y'all think Drake is still good enough to just stop? What happens if he stops doing what he's doing? That's one question. Secondly, if he stops doing what he's doing, how many other companies or how many other brands that he's affiliated with will be at a handicap? In 2024, going into 2025, I don't see any company losing too much sleep over losing Drake as an endorser or endorsee. I don't see too many companies crying over losing him as a part of their brand affiliate. And this is where I have an issue with how he's kind of conducted his brand. And I know he got people that run OVO. He got all that stuff going on. I love all of that. That's beautiful, right? Again, chef's kiss. I'm for all of that. But my issue comes in where it's like, although you've done all of this stuff, how many people that's affiliated right now with the OVO brand could take the brand and do the same thing that Drake did without Drake having to do the work? How many people that's affiliated with the OVO brand right now, present day, can do the same thing that Drake is doing, and it has the same type of reoccurring success story? If you ask me, I'm going to say it's slim. It's slim, buddy. It's slim. So now it's like, all right, I know that Kendrick just whooped my tail over the summer. I know I got some health stuff going on. I know I got to start pivoting and doing something different. And all of the youngins that I was doing music with, they already hot. And I ain't gonna front. Some of what I'm saying is piggybacking off of what Joe Budden said about him not maturing with the music. With him not maturing with the music. I think for every artist, especially if you want to be able to sustain and you want to grow with your fan base, you have to please make sure you start to study your fan base and don't try to stay young forever. Because I think that's part of Drake's issue. Like, he tried to do the Jay-Z thing, which I get it. And the Jay-Z thing is this. Jay-Z is good for finding a hot, dope rapper, and he'll say, look, man, I'm going to put a verse on your joint, bless you with a verse from Jay. And then it's, oh, my God, Jay, right? That's what they do. Oh, my God, Jay say he going to jump on the joint. Then he got everybody in the hood say, yo, Jay going to jump on his joint, right? It's the same reoccurring thing over and over. The issue with that is this. What happens if you are somebody like a Drake and you go lend your voice to somebody like Travis Scott? What happens then? What happens if you are a Drake and you try to pull the Jay-Z thing and go stand behind the hot new artist, but that hot new artist can stand alone without you, like Travis Scott? What happens? Now what starts to happen is you look like the old dude that's trying to stay relevant. You look like the old dude that's trying to stay hot. Versus say, okay, look, man, I'm starting to mature. I got all of these brands. You got the gambling app. You got all this stuff going on, right? What does a mature Drake audience look like? Don't go out here chasing the high schoolers, the college crowd. What does a 30 and up, because I think Drake almost 40. So what does a 30 and up Drake fan look like in 2024, 2025? He needs to make music for those people. And I almost feel like I need to do like a PSA and have this for y'all to come back to. Remember I said this. Like, he has to figure it out. He has to figure it out. So now, that's just the creative side. That was just the creative side. What does a 2024, 2025, 35 and up Drake fan look like? What do they want to listen to? What type of venues do they want to go to? What type of events do they want to go to? Would they rather him try to go do a residency like Usher did in Vegas? I'm going to say probably so. You got enough slaps. But again, what happens is you start to look at who are they the offsprings of? Drake is the offspring of Baby, which is the offspring of Wayne, which is the offspring of Lucien, which is the offspring of the whole Universal brand. Great. Got it. You see where they landed them. You see how much stuff they had to sell over time. All right, cool. Go back to Kendrick. Kendrick is the offspring of TDE, which is the offspring of Dr. Dre, which is the offspring of Jimmy Iovine, which is the offspring of Dre Beats, which is the offspring of the audio, which is the offspring of Apple Music. It just keeps going. So what will happen is if you have an artist like a Drake that's under the tutelage of Baby and Cash Money, you almost doomed for failure on the back end because you don't see how they have been sustainable and decreased lifestyle. Even with this, think about it like this. Even if you are a regular person that's say you're a couple, say you're a married couple, you have 2 or 3 kids. When you have those 2 or 3 kids, what's going to happen? You're going to say, I need to get some space. I got to get a bigger house. I got to do this, got to get it, whatever. All right. So you're going to get to the bag. You're going to go out here to the suburbs. You're going to get a nice house to benefit the kids, right? You're going to get this nice big house for all the kids to come live in. You and your family, y'all doing good. Y'all are going to do that for about 12, maybe 18, maybe 20 years. You're going to do all that for about 20 years, right? So now you got this 5,000, 4,000, 6,000 square feet. Y'all like how I did that. Y'all got this big house over here, and you say, all right, the kids done moved out. My daughter done did this. My son done did this. It's just me and you right now. What we gonna do? Now, the most logical thing to do would be to downsize. Maybe you get a townhouse. Maybe you go get a condo. Maybe you do something. Downsize and get something still nice, but you don't need this 5,000, 6,000 square foot house no more. When it comes to Cash Money and that whole brand, they have never downsized the house. They've been forced to downsize the house in the form of either foreclosures, liens, all that stuff. That's why Jay-Z, when he did that quick line, he said, my picture costs more than your house, all that stuff. Okay, who's going to teach them, the elders, yo, it's okay to downsize. It is the part of the progression of life. It's okay to downsize. Do you really need to still have 18 cars in the driveway? Who is the last rapper that you signed? And how much money did they generate? Nobody is talking to, and I would love to have a conversation with somebody like a Baby just to get some understanding. Because the funny thing is, I think it takes a certain amount of humility and it takes a certain amount of acceptance to say, okay, I need to downsize. Because Baby them never downsize. Now, again, go back to TDE. Go back to Dre. Even when I can't remember which album that was with Dre and it was Dr. Dre and Kendrick going back and forth. And I think Kendrick said, remember I told you I want to get a house like yours? No, Dre said, Kendrick, remember when I told you you can get a house like this? Anybody can get a house like this. The secret is, are you going to keep it? How you going to keep it? And I would like to equate that to not necessarily how you going to keep the house, But how are you going to maintain life? How are you going to do life after all of this? Right? So that brings me to some of the Drake stuff. And look, y'all, I'm trying to fast track stuff as much as possible. Hopefully y'all enjoying the pod. I'm trying to fast track as much stuff as possible. But yeah, I just think, I don't know. I'm partial to the idea of Drake suing for the bots. I know all of this stuff is just a way for him to get out of the deal. Let's just call the thing a thing. He's just trying to get out the deal. But okay, after you get out the deal, what are you going to do? Are you going to just go do another deal with somebody like Sony or Warner? Because you just came from Universal and Universal didn't want to offer you the 500 million. So I'm going to go to Warner. Warner said they're going to give me 1 billion. That's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid on stupid on stupid on stupid on stupid. Because this is the thing. At some point, and this is why I brought the whole Cassinet. I think I'm saying his name right, but this is why I brought the whole Cassinet example up front. If he's in bed with all of these different companies to help benefit his brand on Twitch, YouTube, now they got the overnight thing with Kevin Hart and Drewski. Okay, cool. Why are you allowing them people to pay you $4.7 million for the whole year and you're making them $3.6 million a month? Make it add up. How? Same thing with Drake. I like to go to Drake. Do y'all not think that if Drake came out with a subscription-based something and he had a content schedule and he had some type of maybe a freebie, an album, free single, free appearance, a free live, something that he does with his fan base, you don't think that boy gonna go ahead and hit 1 million people in a month? So if he's doing 1 million people a month at $4.99 a subscription, that's $4.9 million a month. And that's just giving them a basic trajectory. What is that over a few years worth of time? And this is where I think the hiccup is happening. If that boy is able, and I'm at Drake now. If Drake got 1 million people to subscribe to him for $4.99 a month, that's 400. Let's just call it 5 million. That's $5 million a month that this boy is making, right? Zeroed, M'd up. And that's just off of 1 million followers. 1 million. What happens if you throw some merch in there and say, look, man, all of my people that subscribe to me, I got merch over here for $29.99. I give you one piece of free merch from OVO every month. And, you know, all it is, it might be $29.99 because we got to pay for shipping and handling. We got to pay for all this stuff. But dude, now you just went from $5 million to $25 million a month. And guess what happens? You own all of this stuff on the back end. And I'm talking to Drake. You own all of this stuff on the back end. $25 million a month for something that you own the IP. You ain't in bed with nobody else but yourself and yourself. 25 million. Hold on, let me bring my calculator up. So let's say Drake does 25 million a month. Then you do that joint times 12. He already hitting $30 million a year for something that he owns. So how does it make sense for Drake to be out here slutting himself out to try to go? He low-key he's suing to get more money. Okay, if you want to just keep, and that's why Joe Budden said he's selling A. If you want to keep doing that, okay, fine. Go do that over there. Go to London or somewhere. Go to Japan or somewhere to do it over there. Over here in the U.S., it's a whole new economy that's starting up. And that is the subscription-based model for all content creators, musicians, producers, all this stuff. So now let's put it in your context. If you're looking at this on playback and you're a producer, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you sell cookies, you sell Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, whatever you sell, right? Let's say you come up with a continuity plan. And you're not Drake just yet. You're not Consonant just yet. You're none of these people just yet. But you're you. Let's say you hustle hard and you get 5,000 people to follow you, right? And I'm gonna give you all the time in the world. Let's say we do that in 1 year. You go from 0 to 5,000 people. Well, what happens if you get 10% of those people, which is 500 people? What if you get 10% of those people to pay you $4.99 a month? You are now making $2,400, $2,495 to be exact, off of something that you offered these people at $4.99. You making that? That's rent. That's somewhat of a mortgage. That's a car payment. That's savings. That's investments. That's good money. And you could do that off of 500 people. 500 people a month. And let's say you do a good job, you keep doubling up, and you get to the point where you got 1,000 people paying you that same amount right there a month. But guess what? You almost at $5,000 a month. That's $4,990 a month. You're making that off of 1,000 people paying you a month. Where is the hiccup? I think a lot of people are getting high off the supply of likes. Don't let these likes make you think that you're making some money. Don't let these, even the shares, don't let these shares make you think you're making some money. All right? And I do have a few other things. If y'all got any questions in the chat, go ahead and put it in the chat before we jump off. Let me see. Oh, the Andre 3000 deal. I did want to cover that for a second. Then we can get out of here. And I did have I might double up this week and do another pod, because I did want to talk about the film and television and some of the top earning composers and producers from film. I might have to come back to that. But anyway, this is the Andre 3000 deal I wanted to talk about, and just labels know how to do what they doing, dog. Yo, what up? We got Taza in the building, man. All right, hold up. Let me start this over. Everybody that's watching this on YouTube, what up? All right, we should be back up. Shouts out to 3 Stacks. Check this out.
Here's another funny thing. So contractually, it's very interesting. My label will not count this album against my contract.
Wait, you have a solo deal with Epic and they're not counting New Blue Sun?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
How do we do that?
Yeah, I didn't understand it at first, and we were trying to find ways around it. I think my attorney explained it in this way, that it was invented in the 70s, maybe, when artists were trying to get out their deals. So they were just pretty much turning in anything. And so you have to have some type of legal stipulation that stops from you doing that. So it's something where it says the next recording has to be 90% like the recording before it. What? You see what I'm saying?
That's in your solo deal.
It's everybody's deal. They don't know it because most people are not doing this kind of thing, but it stops you from turning in hand claps, 10 tracks of hand clapping and saying my album.
Right.
And I get it. But Sylvia and the team, they've been so supportive. They know I'm not turning like a hand clap album. They get it.
Yeah.
But as a business, this is kind of like the stance that they took, And to be quite honest, like I'm not hurrying trying to get out of my deal. It's not like I'm trying to I'm not stressed about it. Put it like that. Like I'm not rushing to get out. If I get out of the deal, I may want to stay there. But I just felt like I wish it would count. But I think it's interesting news that artists should hear, that this album is not counting.
That is crazy to me.
Hey, man. Here's what it is, dog. It is what it is. But shouts out to 3 Stacks. Let me see. So just to recap what he was saying, and Goliath, what up? I know you done came over to TikTok. IG does not like me. They like, yo, get this bum out of here. I got to figure out what's going on though, for real. I've been capped out at an hour for a few months now. I don't know. I'm not starting another page, so it is what it is. But anyway, 3 Stacks was saying that he he tried to turn in the Flute album, and he wanted that to count towards his deal with Epic. I didn't even realize that boy still had a deal. I didn't realize he still had a deal. But this is the thing, and I think this is this should be a lesson for all of the independent artists. Once you build a brand, and that brand becomes credible, and that brand becomes larger than life, because Outkast is larger than life. Even though them folks stopped at Speaker Box and Love Below, that will be forever marked at like the pinnacle of hip hop and rap. Like, it was so many different changes that happened in the soundscape of music. You think about Lil Wayne came after that. You think about Kanye came after that. Now you start to get into the Ro Jameses. You start getting to the Travis Scotts. You get into all of these people. Frank Ocean. All of them people came after Speaker Box and Love Below. I think what happens is a label, they look at the brand and they say, all right, if I can't capitalize off of this, I can't co-sign off on this, and I'm not going to add this to your repertoire or add this as a album that'll count towards the deal. Because guess what? At the end of the day, and I think this goes deep, but when it comes to artists dropping albums, producers dropping albums, you having all of these people to rap or sing on your stuff, what happens if something works? I don't think people just neglect that part. Like, what happens if it works? If it actually, you put something out and it picks up legs and that joint runs. You made that joint in your bedroom, but that joint ran to Japan. It ran to London. It ran to Australia. It ran to East Point. It ran to Chicago. It ran to Watts. What happens if the song works? And I think a lot of musicians don't put that they don't take that into consideration. And that's when labels come in and they offer you these lowball deals, because they know that you're not going to do the extra work to maintain that algorithm. So what happens is the artist has all the power up front. They have everything up front. And I'm like, oh, you're so stupid. What I mean by that is this. The artist comes out with the song. Let's say they put Bodies of Work out for years. One album ends up hitting. That joint hits. It's up to the artist now to start studying that album. Study the people that bought the album. Why did they buy it? What was it about the album that worked? Why do they keep spinning it? Why am I getting all of these streams? Figure out the why. Why is all of this stuff working? And then use that information and again do another album in that soundscape or whatever and capitalize off of it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have to do anything. You should want to do stuff because you want to do it. You don't want to have to do something because you have to do nothing. So that's one thing. All the artists, they neglect the business side and say, look, man, these folk like that joint. And then you go around and you tour the same song over and over because it worked. And you never take into consideration, why did this work? Why do y'all like this? And just study it. You go get a deal. The people offer you some money for something that you was already going to do in the first place. I.e., Casanat, $4.99 a month, $3 million a month. You only getting $4 million for the year. That's what I mean. And this is why I would go to the Drake situation. I guarantee you, if you would look at Drake's catalog, he's probably made at least, I'm going to say $6 billion, probably more than that. Drake's catalog has probably made over $6 billion right now with the B, not the M, with the B. He's probably already done that. Why does boy got to go fight for $500 million? Even with $1 billion, why you got to go fight for $1 billion? No, it's time to tighten the belt. He told Kenji do some push-ups, get disciplined, and build the business. He got to build the business. Don't just run around and say, "Oh, OVO, we out here getting money. Look at us." Like, that's cool. I like all of that. But at the end of the day, how much of it do you own? How much of it can you transfer over to somebody else, and you have a hedge fund company and you say, look, this is going to be in our family for generations. And I'm not just talking about catalogs. I know somebody's going to watch this on YouTube and you're going to say, well, yo, Drake can pass his catalog on to his kid. Yeah, he can pass the catalog on to his catalog on to his kids, but it's not 100% of it. Who owns the rest of it? I'm just saying. Or this brand, I think it would be beautiful. And this is why I do what I do. I think it would be beautiful for somebody like Drake to be able to invest $10 million. It might be less than that. For him to go invest $10 million in Nigeria, $10 million in South Africa, $10 million in one of these poverty-stricken countries. Not to invest the money to Americanize it, but to invest the money to make their quality of life better. I would love to see him do something like that. Help a country come up with infrastructure, good water supply, better housing, a good workflow situation where you say, okay, we in this country, we normally do like wheat. We cut wheat. We got to do this. This is our process. And then he put some money into their infrastructure to make that process easier so they have a better quality of life. I would like to see people like that do stuff like that. Because what happens is people like that in that $1 billion, when they start playing with the 100 millions and the 200 millions, those people, i.e. Oprah, i.e. all those people, always have a big philanthropy situation going on, whether it's a tax write-off or not. That's their business. But everybody has something going on, and I just think that we have yet to see any type of real give back from Drake. And I'm not talking about God's Plan. That's a music video. I'm not talking. That is a music video. Even think about that. Even think about the God's Plan video. I forgot how much he said. Let me pull it up. I forgot how much he said that they had given away during the God's Plan video. And this is just me proving a point. Because I do think that whole Warren Buffett idea is like what you should be aiming towards, where you only living off of like 10% of the money that you earn. I think we should aim to get to that point. But when you got people that's just buying a chain because it was Pharrell's, or you go buy the good kid Mad City van just because it's like shock value. Like, no, like, what's the real thing? What are you really doing for people? What are you really doing for people? And I done made this whole pod a Drake rant. I ain't mean to do that. I really didn't mean to do that. But anyway, we're here. If y'all got any questions or y'all got something that y'all want to share, y'all put it in the chat, please, before we jump off. I'm gonna try to find this God's Plan video right quick. Cause I think it was like $700,000 they gave away. But even with that, like, what's $700,000 to give away if you got $10 million for? That's on them. Never mind. All right. Poise, what up? Shayla, what up, girl? John, what up, what up, what up? Invisible, what up? Or is it invincible? Is it invincible or invisible? I saw it scroll up real quick. Small Stage, what up? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm planning on going live. A little bit later on. To do like beat making. I'm planning on going to make some beats later on. I don't know what time yet. What up? Make sure the music ain't playing. I just wanted to pull up the God's Plan video because I don't remember how much they said he gave away. All right. My daughter is in there doing the absolute most. Thank God for glass doors. Hello. All right. Mr. Clean, what up? Coco, what up, girl? What up, what up, what up, what up? All right. All right, it ain't coming up. Whatever. So if we do have any, it ain't popping up. All right, whatever. But I did have a few things that I wanted to say, as far as like just some motivational points going into 2025, some things to think about. We only a few weeks away. Me and my community have been building plans for 2025. Where do we start? I think I saw Tammy in the chat. I think Ty's was still in the chat. When did we start doing plans for 2025? I think it was it in October? It was either in October or September we were starting to do plans for 2025. But for y'all that's watching this on playback, this is a few things I want y'all to think about. And I am going to do something special. I got something special coming up. We started in October. Okay, ain't no Goliath was still in here. So we started planning 2025 stuff in October. If you are just now starting to plan your 2025, I'm just saying, you might be a little bit behind. I want to encourage you, join my community. Just join. I'm willing to give everybody that joins my community for the rest of this year, I give it to you for free. I'm willing to do it for free because I want people to win in 2025. So this is a few things I want y'all to take away. Before I start this, I will be doing a 24-hour check-in. I'm going to be doing a 24-hour check-in maybe next week, maybe first of the year. I don't know what I'm doing just yet as far as the dates. But what a 24-hour check-in is this. And this is for the people that's really scared to post content and you're skeptic of the type of things to post. You don't know. You just feel insecure about posting that consistently. I planned on doing this 24 hours. It's like a marathon. But we're going to be posting for 24 hours. Everybody in the community, 24 hours. So what that's going to look like is this. And this is especially for my 9-to-5ers. So if you got a 9-to-5 and you got your side hustle and you just a star out here. You're a starer. You out here getting it. Think about doing this 24-hour marathon. I'm going to call it a marathon. Think about doing this 24-hour marathon with me. What this is going to be is we're going to check in maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm looking at 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and then again at 12 o'clock a.m. I'm looking at doing this for this reason. I want people to get an end to what is it that you're doing on a consistent basis. Why do you think I should follow you? What is like special about you? I want people to see everything that goes on in your life. And now I'm going to say this, use your own discretion. Because if you don't want to show people everything, pick what you're going to show them, but show them something. That's my point. Show them something for 24 hours. I think what happens is this, and this will be my third time doing it by myself. I think this will be my third time doing it by myself. Or fourth. I've been doing it for a while. But what happens is people see me making beats. And they say, oh, yo, you're a dope beat maker. Or they'll see me talk about the lucrative community and they like some of the stuff I'm talking about with that. Or they might see the podcast and they like some of the stuff with that. Or they like the No More Poverty music thing that I got doing. Or they might like the 501c3. Or they might like the real estate stuff that I talk about. They might like some aspect of all of the things that I do. Somebody's going to like it, right? But they don't know that I'm doing all this stuff at the same time. They don't know that I'm working hard to figure out a better way to streamline how I do content. I'm aiming to figure out a better way to just make things faster. I.e., just like what I'm doing right now. I have had to invest a few times this year in different things to make this podcast not only work smoother, sound better, but operational. Once I record it, it's posted, it's done, right? the original part of me, and then we talked about this in the community Sunday. Shouts out to Tyler, shouts out to Goliath, everybody in my community. But we talked about this Sunday where before doing this, I was a super perfectionist. I wanted to have the quick edits. I wanted to have the things fly off on the screen. I wanted to have this joint jump up like that. And then while I'm talking to y'all and then something else comes on the bottom. I love all of that stuff. That's beautiful. That's great. But if you can't do that and you don't have the ability to do that just yet, you still got to post something. You still got to do some type of work, because what's going to happen is this. You're gonna put it off. You're gonna say, I can't post this because I ain't have a way to edit it. Then you're gonna do that. You're gonna use that excuse for like three months. You're gonna use that excuse. Then you're gonna find somebody to edit the video for you, and they're gonna do a really good job. But then you're gonna be like, I think they could do a little bit better with this. Let me do this. Can you change the font? Can you change the color? So you're gonna take another week or two doing that. After you do that, then you're gonna come back. You say, all right, it's about time to start posting. But then you're not gonna like how you sound on camera. So you're going to do a take after take after take after take. Then you say, I like what I said right there. That's pretty dope. Then you're going to start putting it out. As soon as you put that first episode out, you're going to see ain't nobody support it. You're going to see ain't nobody share it. Ain't nobody comment. Ain't nobody do nothing. You're going to be looking at yourself like, I'm a bum. So now what's going to happen? It's going to take you right back to square one. Now you're going to take a whole nother month. Hopefully you get over it faster than that. But in most cases, you're going to take a whole nother month. You're going to say, maybe it's the subject matter. Maybe I didn't have the right shirt on. Maybe the lighting looked crazy. Maybe they didn't like, maybe I need to change my voice. I need to talk in this voice. You're going to come up with all of the reasons why something didn't work versus just keep working on the something. You're going to come up with all of the reasons why something didn't work versus just work on the something. Right? So this is why I want to do the 24-hour marathon where we're doing 24-hour posting. For one, I know most people are very vulnerable in your day-to-day life, especially with my ladies. You ain't going to have a lot of time to put no makeup on. You ain't going to have all the time to get your hair like you want it. The outfit, the shirt to sit just right. You ain't gonna have a lot of time to do that, especially if your first post at 6 o'clock in the morning. The only thing you're gonna have time to post is whatever comes out as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's a good thing. Because what happens is this: we start to overprocess content. And the more we overprocess it, the more we start to compare ourselves against the person that's been doing it for 15, 20 years, 30 years. We just comparing. We're doing the compare thing. Now, where comparables are good, right? Comparables are good when it comes to you need to sell a house. And you say, look, man, my house is 2,000 square feet and this house over here is 2,000 square feet. They sold theirs for 300,000. I could probably sell mine for 300,000. Good comparables. Even if it came to content. You see Timbaland. I say Timbaland. He's always the easy target. You see Timbaland do a music review on TikTok. You like how he did his thing. You like the animation and stuff that comes up on the screen. You say, I like how he did that. You're going to try to do the same exact thing. You're going to fail. You lose. I promise you're going to fail. The reason you're going to fail is this. You ain't Timbaland. You have to figure out what works for you. The fastest way to figure out what works for you is just to consistently start doing the posts, consistently start making the music, consistently write songs, consistently do whatever you are whatever you're really, really bad at right now. You have to figure out a way to offset that. Now, this is what happens. And this is the beauty in all of this stuff. What happens is you find out what you do so good wearing this effortlessly. You do it with no effort, and you just start going. You keep cooking. People see you making the beat and see you doing whatever. They say, "Oh, yo, I love what you do. Yo, it's crazy." You're gonna start attracting people to do all of the stuff that you do really, really bad. You're gonna attract the people where the stuff that you do bad, they killing. And then what's gonna happen? That's a match made in heaven. That's how these teams are built. That's how these big Fortune 500 companies are made. Go look at the Apple movie on Steve Jobs. Go look at that. And just look at how different pieces are attracted to movement. You will literally attract everything that you're missing if you just master the thing that you do really, really well. Right? But to find the thing that you do really, really well, you got to be okay with being vulnerable. You got to be okay with losing. You got to be okay with looking like a fool. You got to be okay with the comments that come and say, yo, you have to be okay with all of this stuff to start progressing. Because what happens is when you see that and then that person comes over, that's the stuff that you're really bad at, you attract the people that need that's their version of what you do. That's what I'm thinking. That's their version of what you do. So they're going to be attracted. They're going to come to your brand. Now somebody else going to see what both of y'all are doing and say, yo, well, y'all doing that. I love doing graphics. I love doing these edits. Y'all need somebody to do that? Now you attracted that part. Then you're going to have somebody come over and say, look, I love everything that y'all got going on. I don't do nothing creative, but I'm a marketing person. I got relationships with Coca-Cola. I got relationships with Walmart. I got relationships with Fox. Can I just push your brand to these companies? And then now you've attracted a marketing person. But if you never start, you ain't going to get nothing. No motion. Dead. No motion. All right. So that's part of my words of encouragement. Golly, I'm an hour and some change in. All right. This is my last little bit. This is my last little bit of stuff I want to say. Hopefully y'all enjoying today's pod. Hopefully y'all enjoying this. But my last few words, how is your plan? These are questions to ask yourself going into 2025. How is your plan looking for 2025, and how is it going to benefit you and the people that's around you? How is your plan for 2025, and how is it going to benefit you and the people around you? That's the first question I want you to ask yourself. Why do you want to do what you want to do? The thing that you really want to do that's in your heart, why do you want to do it? What is that attached to? Is it attached to, I want to do this for my kids. I want to do this for my mama. I want to do this to get out the hood. What big thing is attached to this thing that you want to do? Find it. You got to find it. How clear is your target? That's one thing I want to ask. Ask yourself this. How clear is your target? Do you feel like you just shooting everywhere? Are you a shotgun? Now, this is the thing. In some cases, having a shotgun is the thing. In some cases, that is because you need to aim in different directions to find what the thing is that you need to do. That's where the 24-hour marathon posting thing will go. That's where that goes. That's more like a shotgun. But once you find what worked and you find what had the most engagement, now we got to be a sharpshooter. We got to aim in that one direction and keep going. What happens is I think a lot of people start to aim towards too much stuff too early. And if you aim towards too much stuff too early, you're going to lose. It's not possible for you to do everything. So I like for people to be focused on one thing. And the one thing could be a lot of things at one time. The one thing could be a lot of things at one time. Case in point, I'll give you a 1 minute breakdown of my personal brand. Y'all ready? This is a 1 minute breakdown of my personal brand. All right. I'm a music producer that likes to help musicians, that like to help creative people create income. And part of my education is in classical studies, music production, real estate, and building financial awareness and marketing. But all of this stuff lines up with music. All of it is aimed towards music. I just have other ventures that benefit musicians. Now, this is the flip side of this. This is the flip side. Although I know how to get a business to market their brands, I know how to create jingles, I know how to create products, I know how to do case studies on products, I know how to get community engagement for brands. Although I know how to do all of these things, that does not mean that is my core brand. That's not my core brand. Right? And I'm okay with going into a restaurant or going into a shoe store or a tire shop or whatever, and helping them figure out how to promote their brand, come up with jingles and all that stuff. I'm okay with all that stuff because I do it. But if it came to me getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, rolling out the bed, and say, what I'm about to do today, that first thing, more than likely, is going to be something creative centered around music. It's going to be that. So I want to say that's how clear is your target? How clear is your target? Is your plan achievable? Are you one of these people that say, look, I'm gonna make $20 million this year? Okay, you're gonna make $20 million. How much did you make last year? And I've been getting on people's nerves, but I just be wanting y'all to think. Baby, just think. I'm gonna make $20 million this year. Okay, what product, brand, or service did you come up with that's gonna generate $20 million this year? And how much did you do last year? 2 and 2. 2 times 2. Now this is the thing. 2 times 2 can equal 100,000. 2 times 2 can equal $1 million. Right? But more than likely, just think about this. More than likely, if you have not taken time to develop relationships and develop different alliances with companies or people, if you ain't taking the time to do that, more than likely you're not gonna make $20 million. Let's call a thing a thing. You're not gonna do it. Now, if you do it, please call in to the Mad Lucrative podcast. Call me stupid, call me a liar, and be like, I did it. But when you do that, I need to see a PDF. I need to see a paper trail. I need to see how you did it. Because it's not just for you. It's not just for you to prove me wrong. And this is where I think content creators mess up. It's not for you to prove me wrong. It's for you to show proof that a concept that you birthed in your mind worked. It's for you to show people, this is how I did it, when I did it, how I did it. This is how much sleep I got. This is what I did. And if you want to do this, I encourage you to do blank, 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 blank. That's why I want you to call in and prove me wrong for that purpose. Not just to flex. Everybody can flex. You can flex doing fake stuff these days. It is what it is. All right. Last couple of things. How detailed is your plan? How detailed is the plan? How many connections do you need to make this happen? How many connections do you need to make this happen? I want to encourage a lot of people to start going to real networking events, i.e., mixers. I want to encourage y'all to do that. Even communities. You can join my community, the Mad Lucrative community. Links in the bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, watching this on TikTok, links in the bio. Watching this on Instagram, links in the bio. All right, the Mad Lucrative community, or the Lucrative community. You can join that, but I think everybody needs some type of support. The more you try to do it off on your own little island, you're gonna work yourself crazy. You're gonna feel stupid. I promise you. I've been there. It's not possible for you to do this big dream alone. It's not possible. But yeah, anyway, how many connections have you made? Lastly, what are the consequences of not hitting the benchmarks that you set in place? What's the consequences of you not hitting the benchmarks? If you don't accomplish the thing, you need to put something in place where you say, all right, I failed at that. I didn't make this happen, and this is the consequence. I got to do this. The more you do this type of stuff and you hold yourself accountable to the big things that you want to do, the better off you will be. I promise you. Because if you hold yourself accountable and you get used to doing big things and executing on a big level, when people come around you and you find that they are time wasters and you find that they're leeches, and you find out they don't have your best interests at heart, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be able to identify it fast and cut it off and be like, all right, you know what? It was good while it lasted. My apologies, but this ain't going to work out. All right. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Again, if you want to tap in with me, please make sure you join the Lucrative community. Links in the bio. If you want some of the merch, links in the bio. If you need some one-on-one coaching, links in the bio. Or you just hit me up at the Magneto 7 booking, magneto7booking@gmail.com. Hit me up. I would love to help you out. I want you to win in 2025. All right. Till next time. Peace. Peace. All right, we out, yo. We out. See y'all in a few.